So recently I got the Switch 2 Pro controller.
Ooh.
Yeah. Well, I've had it for about 3 weeks now, and I love it.
Ooh,
In fact, I
okay.
like it so much, I think it's probably better than the GameCube controller.
Ooh, hot take. That's a hot take.
Hot take, hot take. Yeah. So, except maybe the D-pad.
Oh,
So
okay.
let me tell you about it.
Tell me about it.
All right. So the first thing you'll notice is the build quality. It feels really nice. It's smooth, but not like slick. It has like a smooth matte finish on it. And the way it sits in my hands, it just feels perfect. I like to compare controllers to the Xbox controller just because that's a form factor like a lot of people are familiar with, and the Switch 2 Pro's handles have slightly more room for your hands and are just ever so slightly skinnier, and it just makes holding it feel like it's like made for my hands. Um, I know not everyone has the same hand size, but for me, the ergonomics pretty much perfect.
Nice.
Um, the buttons, they feel great. They're not mushy at all. They don't stick, so no complaints there. They're also much bigger than the Joy-Con buttons.
Hmm.
That's a big plus. So those are little teeny,
They're
teeny, teeny.
so small.
I know.
They're like mini
I
M&Ms.
I will say the Joy-Con 2 buttons, they're bigger, but not much.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, so
comparatively.
these buttons, they just kind of feel like invisible and natural, and you don't need to think about it, which is honestly how it should be. That's basically the gold standard for controller buttons, in my opinion.
Right on.
They have programmable rear buttons, which are pretty great. Sometimes I grip the controller pretty hard when I'm at like a challenging part, but these never got in the way. The way they sit on the controller, I feel like is pretty perfect. And I've seen some pretty weird designs for back buttons, some that look like they're probably too clicky, and others like those weird paddles that the Xbox controllers used to have.
I hate the
Do you remember seeing
paddles.
those?
I hate the
Yeah,
paddles.
yeah. But these buttons are great. Programming them is super easy. You just hold down the home button to open up the quick settings and go down to GL and GR. I guess G stands for grip. So grip left and right, and select the back buttons, and then press the button you want to replace it with. So like pressing LR or L3 on the thumbstick presses, that's perfect for this. Um, and when Elden Ring comes to the Switch 2, just remap it so you don't have to do that awkward claw grip.
But the Souls players are so used to it at this point. How will they adapt?
Yeah, they're like, well, I mean, if you're playing on the Switch, you probably haven't played it yet, unless you're like,
Oh, I
I
guess
don't
that's
know,
true.
a sadist or something.
Time for my second completionist
Yeah.
run.
It also has gyro support, of course, which has come a long way since the Wii,
Yep.
and I haven't had to reset it once while using it.
Mm.
The HD rumble is pretty great. Feeling like the little rumbles when I'm playing Donkey Kong Bonanza is pretty fun. Plus, it has a headphone jack, so if you're not into wireless earbuds, there you go.
That's
The
cool.
battery life is excellent. If you keep it plugged in while not in use, you'll never run out. But if you're type, but if you're the type that not always plug in your controller, the battery is supposed to last 40 hours.
Wow.
So basically, if you played games for your job after you clocked in on Monday, you wouldn't run out of battery until you clocked out on Friday afternoon.
Wow, that's a really long time, actually. That's really impressive.
Yeah. So the joysticks. Some people don't like the fact that they aren't Hall effect or TMR joysticks, but the magnetic fields from those sticks can interfere with NFC readings that the Amiibo uses. So that's likely the reason Nintendo opted to just use really high quality potentiometer sticks. And these are great. They're just so buttery smooth and well built. I don't think you'll have to worry about another stick drift problem with this controller at all.
Here's
Um,
hoping.
Yeah. But, and this is a big but, there is division on the D-pad.
Ooh,
With some people thinking it's not as great as it could be.
okay.
If you search Switch 2 Pro Controller D-pad, the first result in Google is a Reddit post that says the D-pad is awful.
Okay.
Yeah.
It
They
can't
say
be.
the issue is that if you rock back and forth too fast on the D-pad, you'll get like up and down input when you don't want one. And for some games, like fighting games in particular, that's not good.
Now, it can't be worse than the Switch One Pro Controller D-pad, right?
Uh, I didn't have that one,
That one
so
was.
I couldn't compare.
It was cutting into my thumbs. The corners on them, man.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, the D-pad on this is pretty rounded, so I'm not getting any cut in on it.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah, it's just the up and down when you're trying to go left and right is what this guy is describing. And so from my time from using it, I have to agree. But maybe it's like betraying me, but I really wanted this post to be wrong.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's awful, but it's definitely not ideal for certain games.
Hmm.
It does feel good and it isn't too mushy or clicky or have too hard of an edge. It's just that fast left and right motion getting you the wrong input of up and down.
And
Uh,
that's like sliding your thumb from like left to right, like all in one
right,
motion, right?
right.
Um,
So when I was
mm,
testing this out, I played Street Fighter 2 on the NSO, and I decided to give M. Bison a try for his combos since they use the left and right sequence. I thought it was perfect. And I just couldn't get it consistently. I would jump a lot of the time. It wasn't every time. I had to be really deliberate with my button presses and not spaz out on the D-pad. But maybe that's because I'm not like a pro at fighting games, but not every combo was hard to pull off. I could still hit the Hadouken problem.
mhm.
And then I even took out the regular Switch Joy-Cons, which just have buttons for left and right instead of a D-pad. And I was able to hit it much more consistently
Okay,
um, at that point. So it
interesting.
is an issue with the D-pad. Now, you can find a walkthrough for a tape mod for the controller to fix the issue, but you have to open up the controller, and Nintendo really doesn't want you opening it up and tinkering inside. There aren't any screws visible from the outside, so you have to open it up like you would a smartphone with a wedge.
Oh, gross.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm not that into doing like a mods for my controller or anything, so I won't be doing that. And I don't really think it's that big of an issue because I'm not that big into like fighting games or whatever.
That's fair. Like, how often are
But
you doing that like fast left to right motion in like a
yeah,
most games?
yeah. Something really cool, and this isn't really Nintendo's doing, but Steam now supports the Switch 2 controller. It's
Ooh.
only in the beta client, and it's just in wired mode right now. But the gyro works. You can customize the buttons to your liking, and you can even change the dead zone on the joysticks.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Now, this controller, it will set you back $90.
Oof.
Some may think that's too much. I'd be tempted to buy a third-party controllers. But I looked into those controllers, and they do not have amiibo support. The longest lasting battery is 30 hours, which with others coming in much lower, like the
Yeah.
8-bit Do and the GameSir. I think GameSir only has like 10 hours. Um, and they cannot turn the Switch 2 on from the controller. And depending on which one, it may not even have the HD rumble.
Ooh.
So for me, just the power on from the controller was enough for me to opt to this controller. But if you already have a Switch 2 Pro controller and you need a second controller for like couch co-op or multiplayer on the Switch, I think those would be a good option.
Is it worth upgrading from the Switch One Pro controller to the two? Do you think?
I'll get to that.
Okay.
But honestly, the $90 price tag is the best of the Pro controllers from the big three. If you compare Nintendo's $90 price tag to Xbox's $150 for the Elite Wireless Controller Series 2, the core model, which is the
Hmm.
lower price of the two Elite controllers, is good.
Hmm.
Even PlayStation's DualSense is $200.
Yeah.
So for $90, you get a great Pro controller, and it also works with Steam. That's a great deal.
Yeah, it's not bad, honestly.
Yeah. So who is it for? If you have a Switch 2, it's a good upgrade from the Joy-Cons, though maybe not if you have a Switch 1 Pro controller.
Gotcha.
If you really want to turn it on, if you already have the Switch 1 Pro and you can't live without not being able to turn on your Switch 2 from the controller, then you'll have to get the upgrade. But if you don't mind just pressing the button on top, just stick with your Switch 1 Pro. Um, the amiibo, the chat functions, like the remote power, like I said, make it the controller that's best suited for the Switch 2. If you're looking for a controller for any other system, this is not it. And if you're looking for a controller specifically for fighting games, you should look for something else. But with that said, I give the Switch 2 Pro controller a 4.5 out of 5 Marios.
Is the half Mario a little Mario?
Yeah.
Awesome. I like this metric.
Full Mario is when you get the mushroom.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now, getting a full 5 Marios, that's a Starman, obviously.
Oh yeah.
Good review. Um,
Yeah. I just think it was that the D-pad that kind of just holds it back.
mhm.
And obviously most games nowadays they don't really use the D-pad like that anymore. So it's kind of a niche issue, I feel like. So it wasn't that big of a deal.
Yeah, because using the Switch One D-pad, like it felt nice until it didn't. Like there are just certain use cases where like it feels mushy and the like certain edges would just like cut into your finger because it would mush into like the actual plastic itself. Um,
Hmm.
and it from what I've seen so far, it doesn't really look like it does that quite the same, but the D-pad still looks mushy regardless. Um, that sucks.
Yeah, I don't think it's mushy, but it's definitely not like clicky.
Yeah.
Like my Xbox D-pad controllers are very clicky. Like they make the click sound when I press it.
Yeah.
It's definitely not clicky, but it's definitely not like super mushy either. I feel like it's a good balance.
And even the like PS5, well, even since the PS actually just every PlayStation controller, it doesn't have like a full plus sign D-pad. It has that little like part in the middle that doesn't connect fully. Like it connects as the pad underneath, but the plastic on top does not. So you really don't get that nearly as much on there. Um,
Hmm.
but I've already got a PS5 controller. My PS5 controller's somewhere in the back over here. Uh, and that's the most comfortable controller I've ever held.
Yeah, I've never held the PS5 controller.
I straight up bought one,
You talking
and I
about the DualSense?
yeah, like just the regular one, not the Pro.
Oh, okay.
I
Not
don't
the Pro.
recommend the Pro. It's like two hundred
Do you have
dollars.
the Pro?
No.
Yeah. Uh,
um,
that's like half the price of the system. Well, not anymore.
yeah, not anymore. It was at one point. My buddy has a Pro, and he let me try it out, and I was like, "Wow, this is really comfortable. This is really nice." I don't want to spend that much on this though. It's not that much more worth it.
Yeah.
But I literally
Yeah,
bought
because
it.
I feel like PlayStation, they have good controllers anyway.
Yeah, like just the base ones are like excellent. The
Yeah.
PS5, I literally bought one. I don't even have a PS5 controller, or I bought the controller. I don't even have a PS5.
You just bought it for PC.
Yeah, basically, it's that comfy. But good review, Steve. I dig it.
Nice.
I'll definitely try out the Switch 2 Pro
Thanks.
controller and give you my thoughts later on.
Awesome.
Kill beans, Steve.
Well, I think that's it.
I think we got it.
It's a short one this week.
Yeah, circumstances making it short. That's just how it be.
Yeah. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Share us. It helps us out.
Yeah, comment down below if anything was interesting to y'all. Just let us know.
Yeah.
Hit us up on our
That's
socials,
something we got to
maybe.
get better at is at the end of each topic, telling people.
Maybe we should just like record like a blanket statement. you know, just like bam, paste it in.
Oh, you okay?
That might not be a bad idea. Because I'm forgetful. I don't know about
Would you forget to put it in?
No, it just at the end of every topic, I'm like, I'm not gonna remember that. I've been scatterbrained all day.